And we have quite a panel. Now, for many, the celebrity arrivals before the Oscars are sometimes more exciting than the awards show itself. So we wanted to invite our favorite Suncoast fashionistas to join us for a complete red carpet roundup. All right, everybody, the gloves are off. Welcome to, all the way on our right, we have Terry McKee, the co-owner of Nuovo Salon Group and fashion editor, beauty columnist for Style magazine. Terry, you're so busy. You have so many things happening.
I do. And people often ask me, how do you have the time? And I say, you should see my house. Hashtag Cyclone.
Yes, cleaning is for other people.
Yes, well, Terry, you've been with us from our first red carpet review ever with your pal, Heather Dunhill, who we're sorry Heather cannot be here, but we have filled our table with some of the greatest, so we're looking forward to it. Also, welcome to Jackie Rogers, style consultant and columnist with Sarasota Magazine.
Yes.
Jackie, you always grace the red carpets. You're always such a great person to see, a friendly face, a gorgeous face to see, and we're happy you're here at our table.
Thank you. Thanks. Great to be here.
Also, now Heather Saba. Heather, we all know you as you've covered many red carpets here on the Suncoast, and now you are a fashion writer for your own website, Chic in Sarasota.
Yes, thank you.
And also a mother of two. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And still so stylish. And Rochelle Negri. By day, she works in finance, but by night, she is a staple on the fashion scene, a runway and print model. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And one of our favorite funny guys, Matthew McGee. He's one of our favorite entertainers, and not a lot of people know that Matthew is a connoisseur of pop culture.
That's true, and fashion.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't look like it today, but I went into my closet. You know, what should I wear for this today? And I have a big walk-in closet, and most of the closet is drag clothes, and then there's a tiny little bit of men's clothing over on the side. But I will say, I do have the very same gown as Jane Fonda in my closet, so look out.
Well, all right, because something to look forward to. All right, everyone, let's talk fashion. So to get started, before we get into specific looks, I just want to hear from y'all, what were your overall thoughts? How did this red carpet compare to previous years?
So for me, it was a little understated, I thought, this year. The pieces were quieter. They seemed to be conveying a different message than the usual, you know, fashion, new designer, pop color. I thought that was a good idea, though, personally.
So when someone did stand out, they stood out.
Correct.
Anyone else?
I thought it was a little boring to begin with, for sure. You know, they say that the Oscars are prom and the other award shows are homecoming. And I thought, I understand appropriate, but now some people flew off the rails. But, you know, I thought it was a little boring. It got better. It got better as the big stars arrived.
We did, I feel like, almost lower our expectations a little bit. You know, and I don't know if it was some of from seeing the black dresses from previous awards, but there were some that stood out. So let's get into some of our favorite looks. And let's start with Lupita Nyong'o. Now, I know this was a favorite of many of you.
Yes.
She looks like an Oscar.
Yes,
All
she
regal
does.
and gold.
She does.
Yes.
So jump in. What do you think?
You know, it's very hard for her to look bad in anything. But I really like the way this is off the shoulder. I think she looks lovely. I love the handbag. And I don't know, there's something about her being there. I thought she was wonderful. I loved her speech. You know, when she did her presentation, I thought she had some lovely thoughts for people, being an immigrant herself. I just thought she was lovely. She was sort of regal, gold, luminescent, and
Jackie,
she was
you like
perfect.
this one?
Well, I did like it. I didn't pick it, but I liked it. What I did like, though, is she wore eyeglasses when she did her presenting. And they were so smart. And I thought, good for you. You know, wear
And
the
I'm
eyeglasses.
seeing that.
We
You
need
know,
them.
Oprah wears them now on the red carpet,
Yeah,
and I liked her wearing them. And I, of
one-
course, wear glasses.
You don't have to pretend. All right, now, you mentioned Jane Fonda. She was
Yes.
also a crowd favorite. Of
Oh,
Yes.
Love her.
Stunning.
Very elegant.
Heaven.
80 years old. And that's what I loved about not only Jane Fonda, but Helen Mirren. They were just beautiful.
look at the neckline on that. I think it's perfect. I
And
really
this was,
love it.
This was custom Balmain. So,
Yeah.
I mean, she brought the big guns.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know.
she really
You mentioned Helen Mirren, also a stunning look. Really, really stood out on the red
Yes.
carpet. Now, she went with more color. So Jane went white and Helen went with color. I did see, did she take a sip of a shot on the red carpet?
I don't know. But she had 3 costume changes, if you
She
noticed.
did.
When she did the jet ski, and then when she came out at it at the end, it was beautiful. And her after-party dress was equally as stunning.
Oh,
so.
nice. All right, Margot Robbie. Let's see. What did we think? Yes. Ooh, Rochelle took an exhale.
Yeah.
But I have to say, what was interesting though, at one point when she was presenting, they did a close-up of the dangles, and I kept thinking, are those squares of ice? Is that plastic? Is it lace? I couldn't
I
quite
read they
figure
were
out.
hand stitched and it took like
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of hours to put the dress together. And
Yeah.
It was a little unusual, but it was breathtaking to see her walk out on the red carpet. And
It really was.
stunning.
And I heard that she had a wardrobe malfunction and she sewed one of those back on by herself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Love that.
Jack of all
believe it. So
trades.
bravo to
Yeah.
Michelle,
Mark
one of
happens.
your favorites, Mary J. Blige. I'm with you on this. She looked stunning. Again, more white. A lot of
Yeah.
white trends.
You know, this was her first time at the Academy Awards, her first time being nominated. And as a singer, I thought she sort of brought the pizzazz coming out on the red carpet in this piece. It just cinched her waist with the combination of the metals and the fabric. And it just, to me, took her, kind of like Terry said, you know, coming to the prom. This was her moment.
quick question
yes.
for Heather. What do you think about all the white as we see more pictures too? I mean, that's like 3 different dresses in white. Is white the it color? Or are we just in a neutral palette?
I feel like the neutral palette is so in right now. I feel like there was a very bridal look with the embellishments and the nudes and the blush and so much white, and I just thought it was amazing. I thought it was beautiful.
It certainly works well here on the Suncoast. I mean, we have to love that.
Another stunner from last night, Nicole Kidman.
This was my
Gorgeous.
favorite.
mine too.
Because you could still have colors.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
colors always pop. Always, always, always.
What do we think about the shape? Shape of the dress?
I loved it.
I loved
Yeah.
it too.
Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite dresses. It is
too.
just pristine. The tailoring, the way it moved. Her hair, her hair doesn't move. I wish the hair moved a little bit. Maybe, I don't know what it is, or maybe had more color, but this dress was my absolute favorite.
What an advertisement for custom fitting. I mean,
Yes.
all of us to have
Oh,
things
yes.
cut in like that can look that regal.
Well, now they did the red carpet in several hours, so we're going to
Yes.
need a little more time. We talked about some of the ones we love, but when we come back, our panel was split on some of the ones that we didn't like.
There's misses.
We'll be right back.